What if I told you that one of the most common signs of aging muscle loss isn't just something you have to accept? What if I told you that it's actually something you can reverse, even if you're 70, 80, or beyond? Sounds unbelievable, right? But the truth is, most people don't know that muscle loss or sarcopenia isn't just a part of getting older. It's a metabolic condition that can be prevented and even fixed with the right changes to your diet and lifestyle. Today, we'll dive into the science behind this hidden enemy of aging and how a simple, powerful food can help you reclaim your strength and energy, no matter your age. Welcome to Healthy Aging Life, the channel dedicated to helping you live your best, healthiest life at every age. In the next few minutes, we'll reveal exactly how to tackle muscle loss head-on and fight back against aging. You don't have to feel weaker or less independent. We'll show you what to do and what to eat to rebuild muscle, improve your metabolism, and regain the energy you thought you lost forever. But here's the question. How much longer are you going to wait before you start taking control of your health? I'm going to share with you one food that could turn back the clock on muscle loss, the science behind it, and why it's the key to getting your strength back. You don't want to miss this. So, do you feel like your body is losing strength as you age? Have you noticed it's harder to get up from your chair or walk up the stairs? Let me know in the comments below. I want to hear from you. And don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our weekly tips to help you age gracefully and stay strong. Ready to take action? Let's dive in. Let's talk about something that might sound a little scary at first. Sarcopenia. It's a fancy term used by doctors to describe the loss of muscle mass as we age. Now, I know what you're thinking. I'm not that old yet. But trust me, sarcopenia is something that affects nearly all of us as we get older. As we age, our muscles naturally start to get weaker and shrink. This can make everyday activities, like standing up from a chair, climbing stairs, or even picking up a grocery bag, feel much harder. And it's not just about feeling weaker. This muscle loss can affect your balance, increase your risk of falls, and even decrease your overall independence. But don't panic just yet. It's not as bad as it sounds because muscle loss, as inconvenient as it is, can be fixed. One of the main reasons why muscle loss happens is due to something called anabolic resistance. Here's the deal. As we get older, our bodies become less responsive to the signals that usually help us build and repair muscle. It's like having the best gym membership in the world but not being able to get in because the door's locked. You've got the protein, the exercise, and the motivation, but your body just isn't letting you use it effectively anymore. I mean, it's like your muscles are saying, "Nah, I'm good, thanks." But don't worry, this can be fixed. If you're in your 60s or 70s and struggling to get out of a chair or climb those stairs without feeling like you're lifting a car, this might be exactly what's happening to you. Here's the good news. Anabolic resistance can be reversed. You can rebuild muscle mass, improve your strength, and get back to doing those simple tasks you love. Think about someone like Arnold Schwarzenegger, the guy who was Mr. Olympia in his younger years and still looks strong today, even though he's no spring chicken anymore. He didn't just sit around as he got older, right? He kept working out, eating the right foods, and staying active to maintain his muscle strength. And guess what? You can do that too. So what's the secret? Well, let's move on to that because your muscles are ready to listen again. Good news, folks. Anabolic resistance, that tricky little thing that causes muscle loss, is reversible. Yes, you heard me right. It's not a life sentence. Now, here's the thing. As we get older, our bodies start to lose their response to the signals that tell us to build and repair muscle. It's like having the perfect recipe for a great meal, but forgetting to turn on the stove. Nothing happens, no matter how great the ingredients are. But the good news is we can turn the stove back on. How? The key is improving your diet and exercise habits. Making simple changes can reactivate the muscle-building pathways that may have been frozen over the years. A healthy diet is absolutely crucial in this process. And no, I'm not talking about some fancy diet that's hard to follow, just focusing on quality protein at the right times during the day. In fact, research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition shows that eating a higher amount of protein at critical times throughout the day can help restore muscle protein synthesis and improve muscle mass. For example, if you're over 60 and feeling like your body is slowly becoming weaker, don't just throw in the towel and accept it as part of aging. Instead, take action. you have the power to fight back against this process. You can still rebuild your muscles. You can regain that strength you thought you lost forever. Think about someone like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He's in his 50s now, but the guy is still more muscular than most people half his age. He hasn't just accepted aging as an excuse to slow down. He works out, eats properly, and stays consistent. You can do that too. So what's the secret sauce? It's all about strategic protein intake and timing. Make sure you're giving your body what it needs at the right time. Now, let's move on and dive into how you can actually make these changes. Alright, let's talk about insulin, not the kind you take for diabetes, but the hormone that's absolutely essential for muscle health. When we're younger, our bodies are pretty good at using insulin to get the nutrients like protein and amino acids into our muscles. Think of it as a delivery truck bringing all the good stuff right to your muscle cells so they can repair and grow. But as we get older, that delivery truck slows down. Our bodies become less sensitive to insulin, making it harder for us to absorb and use protein effectively. And guess what? This can lead to muscle loss over time. But here's where it gets good. The good news is that improving insulin sensitivity can help. That means you can actually improve your body's ability to absorb protein again, stopping the muscle loss and even reversing it. In fact, a study from the Journal of Gerontology found that when older adults improve their insulin sensitivity, they can restore protein absorption, stop muscle loss, and even reverse some of the damage. Pretty amazing, right? So what can you do about it? Well, making a few simple changes to your diet and exercise routine can make a big difference. For example, cutting back on processed sugars and focusing on nutrient-dense foods like leafy greens, whole grains, and lean proteins can help improve your insulin sensitivity. Also, regular physical activity, especially strength training, can keep insulin working well in your body. And here's the kicker: muscle growth doesn't just come from protein. It's about creating the right environment for your body to use that protein. By improving insulin sensitivity, you're giving your muscles the best chance to grow and repair. So, if you're finding it harder to gain or maintain muscle as you age, improving insulin sensitivity could be the game changer you need. Now, let's take a look at another important factor: what to eat and when to eat it. Let's dive into a key player in the muscle building game: leucine. Leucine is an essential amino acid, which means our bodies can't make it on their own. We have to get it from food. But here's why leucine is so special. It plays a crucial role in protein synthesis, the process where our muscles repair and grow. Leucine activates an enzyme in our body called mTOR. Yes, I know it sounds like the name of a superhero, but it's actually an enzyme that stimulates muscle growth. It's like giving the go-ahead for your muscles to start working, building, and becoming stronger. And here's the thing: as we get older, our bodies become less efficient at using amino acids like leucine to build muscle. So, if you're not getting enough leucine, your muscle growth can slow down. This is why it's so important for older adults. Without enough leucine, your muscles aren't getting the push they need to grow, leading to weaker muscles and reduced function. But don't worry, this is fixable. Foods rich in leucine, like eggs, chicken, beef, and fish, can help. But the real gem is grass-fed beef liver, which is packed with leucine. If you've never had it, I promise, it's not as scary as it sounds. It's one of the most nutrient-dense foods out there and can give your body the tools it needs to repair muscles and get stronger. Think about Tom Brady. He's still playing at the top of his game, even in his 40s. And guess what? He's all about eating high-quality food to keep his body in tip-top shape. That includes making sure his muscles have all the nutrients they need, including plenty of leucine. So, if you're looking to keep your muscles strong and healthy as you age, make sure you're getting enough leucine. It's the key to keeping your body in fighting shape. Let's move on and explore how you can start eating more leucine-rich foods to help your muscles thrive. Let's talk about grass-fed beef liver. Yes, I know it doesn't sound like something most people would call a superfood, but trust me, it is. Beef liver, especially when it's grass-fed, is one of the most nutrient-dense foods you can eat, and it's a game changer for muscle health. For older adults, liver is like the secret weapon for maintaining strength and energy. Why? Because it's packed with leucine, that essential amino acid we just talked about. In fact, 100 grams of grass-fed beef liver contains about 2.9 g of leucine, which is one of the highest natural concentrations available. But that's not all. It's also rich in vitamin B12, which helps produce energy and create red blood cells. You know, red blood cells are kind of like the delivery trucks of the body. They transport oxygen to your muscles and organs. More oxygen means more energy and better muscle function. And let's not forget iron. Iron helps support your mitochondria, those tiny powerhouses in your cells, providing you with the endurance you need to keep going throughout the day. So, when you eat grass-fed beef liver, you're not just feeding your muscles. You're also improving your metabolism, boosting your energy, and keeping your body working at its best. I know what you're thinking, but Dr. Smith, I've never tried liver before. Well, here's the thing, it's actually easier to eat than you think. And you don't have to eat it every day to reap the benefits. Even just once or twice a week can make a huge difference. Think about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He's known for his massive muscles and high-energy workouts. But did you know he's also a fan of nutrient-dense foods like liver? It's part of his diet to keep his body in top shape. So don't knock it till you try it. Beef liver could be your new best friend for keeping your muscles strong and healthy. Let's move on now and take a look at how to work this superfood into your diet for the best results. Here's something that might surprise you. It's not just about what you eat, but when you eat. The timing of your protein intake can actually play a huge role in how effectively you build muscle. For example, studies show that consuming 30 grams of protein in the morning, especially with 2.5 grams of leucine, can kickstart the muscle building process. Imagine your body as a car engine. If you fuel it right at the start of the day, the engine runs much smoother. The same goes for your muscles. You see, our bodies respond better to muscle building signals early in the day. This is why having a protein-packed breakfast is not just a good idea, it's essential. But here's a twist. It's not just about that morning boost. You should spread your protein intake throughout the day. This helps your body stay in a continuous anabolic state, basically, a muscle-building mode. By distributing your protein intake across meals, you give your muscles a steady supply of the building blocks they need. I know, you're probably thinking, wait, I can't just eat 30 grams of protein in the morning and call it a day? Well, no, unfortunately not. But don't worry, that's why you need to balance your meals throughout the day. Let's talk about Arnold Schwarzenegger, for example. The guy's in his 70s now, but he still has impressive muscle mass. Part of his secret? Consistent meals with protein, spaced out to maximize muscle growth. So, if you want to feel strong and active as you age, focus on timing your protein properly. And don't skip that breakfast, folks. Let's move on now and see how we can optimize the rest of your meals. Let's talk about the role of muscle, and no, it's not just about lifting heavy things at the gym. Muscles are much more than just the engine of your body. They're the metabolic powerhouse. Here's the thing. Your muscles help regulate blood sugar levels, boost metabolism, and even protect you from serious health issues like type 2 diabetes and heart disease. Think about it. Even when you're not lifting weights or running marathons, your muscles are still working. They're burning calories just by existing. That means if you have more muscle, your body is more efficient at burning calories even when you're resting. In fact, maintaining or even increasing muscle mass as you age can actually improve metabolism and help prevent the buildup of belly fat. Yes, you heard me right. More muscle means less stubborn fat around your midsection. Now, I'm not saying you need to go out and start deadlifting cars like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, but adding a little strength training to your routine could be a game changer. The Rock doesn't just have muscles because he's trying to look good on screen. His muscles help him stay healthy, energetic, and able to work long hours. He's an example of how muscle mass isn't just for show. It's actually essential for overall well-being. So, whether you're lifting weights or doing bodyweight exercises, remember, your muscles are doing more than just making you stronger. They're helping you stay healthy, burn fat, and keep your metabolism running smoothly. Now, let's move on to the next part, how to start building that muscle and improving metabolism. Building and maintaining muscle is about more than just looking good or being able to carry heavy groceries. In fact, it's one of the most powerful things you can do to stay healthy and extend your life. Research has shown that muscle mass is one of the top predictors of longevity. The more muscle you have, the better your chances of living a long, healthy life. Muscles do more than just help you lift things. They help protect your bones by reducing the risk of osteoporosis and fractures. As we get older, our bones become more fragile and falls can be dangerous. But guess what? Strong muscles can actually reduce the risk of falling. Think about Jack LaLanne, the fitness legend who worked out well into his 90s. He built strong muscles throughout his life, and it helped him maintain his independence and mobility well into his later years. He's a great example of how muscle strength isn't just about vanity. It's about vitality and longevity. But that's not all. Your muscles can also protect your brain. That's right, strong muscles are linked to better brain health. Studies have shown that people with more muscle tend to have better cognitive function and are less likely to experience memory decline. This means that when you build muscle, you're not just strengthening your body, but also boosting your brain health for the long term. So, by focusing on building muscle, you're not just improving your physical strength. You're also investing in a healthier, sharper mind and a longer, more independent life. Let's move on to the next part, where we'll explore how you can start building and maintaining muscle at any age. Building muscle isn't just about getting stronger. It's about maintaining your health for the long term. You can't wait until your body starts to weaken. The time to take action is now. Start today. Begin by adding more leucine-rich foods to your diet like eggs, chicken, or beef liver. These foods are packed with the nutrients your muscles need to grow and stay strong. Next, incorporate some strength training exercises into your routine. It doesn't have to be intense. Start small and gradually increase as you feel stronger. Remember, it's never too late to make a change. You don't have to wait until you feel weak or tired. Small changes today can make a big difference in your health tomorrow. What changes will you make today? Will you start eating more protein at breakfast? Or maybe you'll take a walk and try some light strength exercises. Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about your journey. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Healthy Aging Life. By doing so, you'll be joining a community focused on improving our health and aging gracefully. Take control of your health, start building those muscles, and live a stronger, healthier, and more independent life. Let's make today the day you start your transformation. See you next time.